check. Check that shit. OnePlus 6T, easily one of my favorite phones to set up. The software isn't bloated, I really dig the UI, and there isn't a metric shit ton of hidden sub-menus to comb through. It's basically the next best thing to setting up stock Android. Maybe even better because there's actual customization options. So here's how I set up my OnePlus 6T. Alright, so the very first thing I did was jump into the settings menu and went straight into display settings, then right down to the themes, and without a second thought switched over to dark mode. I swear OnePlus is one of the very few companies that knows what a dark mode should be. Like, this is legit dark mode, not that half-baked crap Google's flirting with. Like, you'd think after all these years of them borrowing ideas from custom Android ROMs, they'd know what a legit dark mode is. Anyways, after that, since I was already in display settings, I figured I'd take a peek at what image profiles we've got to work with. I settled on adaptive mode because I found it provides a good balance between having punchy OLED colors without looking unnatural. But if you're looking for the best color accuracy this display can produce, I'd go for either the DCI-P3 or sRGB modes. For notch display, I left it alone. It's so goddamn small that I legit never ever notice it. Like, I have absolutely zero issues with it, but the OnePlus 6T doesn't have that always on display feature, so we have to settle with ambient display. See what I did there? Yeah, you did. So in here, I pretty much enable everything except for the display message because I'm not a sociopath. But moving along into status bar, I set the battery style to hidden since we can have the battery percentage show instead, which is pretty sweet. And then I pop into time and change it from default to show hours, minutes, and seconds. Why? Because I can, literally no other reason, and everything else I leave alone. Okay, so let's move into sounds real quick. So we've got earphone mode and audio tuner settings. I literally haven't touched either because I mainly use Bluetooth these days. Like, I give up, I surrender, I'm done with dongles and adapters, and these days, unless I'm on my computer, I prefer to use Bluetooth. Under vibration intensity, I leave incoming calls set to strong and change notifications from medium to strong so I can actually hear or feel the vibration. And then I change vibrate on tap to medium since I felt that light was the equivalent of some pervert blowing on my finger. I'm gonna have to stop doing that. Then, like always, because I'm a decent person with a sense for common courtesy, I disable every single system sound. All right, buttons and gestures. So with the alert slider, which I love by the way, by default the silent mode option sets your media volume to silent in addition to ringtones and notifications, which I don't like, so I disable that and leave the other modes alone. Then for navigation bar and gestures, I actually like the gestures option, but I still need my dedicated home and back buttons, otherwise I'll just drive myself to insanity. But then in navigation bar customization, I actually enabled the swap buttons feature so that I can have the back button on the right side because that's where it belongs. It's where it belongs. From there, I have the home button long press action set to launch Google Assistant and the double tap action set to turn off the display, which is awesome with the in-display fingerprint scanner. I mean, basically you're just tapping the screen to unlock it and double tapping it to relock it. Like, come on, that's pretty awesome. But for quick gestures, I disable everything because I don't like placing my phone face down on surfaces just to mute incoming calls, regardless of screen protectors, because that's a great way to start shopping for a new screen protector every couple of months. I don't see the point of using 3 fingers to take a screenshot when I can just press and hold the bloody power and volume down buttons, and I don't want to risk a false positive with incoming calls when I pick up my phone to see who's calling. The one thing I do enable is the double tap to wake so that I can see my notifications from the lock screen without having to press the power button when it's laying on my desk or whatever. And I think quick turn on cameras enabled by default if I remember correctly, so that stays on because it's awesome, and it's great that we have all these different ways to launch the Assistant app, but since I already have it set to the home button long press, I left the power button quick launch disabled. But I mean, if you want 14 different ways to launch Assistant, you've got the options to do so. Okay, so for the battery paranoid people out there, good news everyone. That was a Futurama reference. We've got a few options. Now, personally, I never enable battery saver on any of my phones, so I left that set to off. I also haven't messed with anything in battery optimization, but if you're away from the charger most of the day, spending some time in here is probably worth it. All right, security. The in-display fingerprint scanner is my jam, guys. I love it. I also love the face unlock, but because the face unlock is so fast and pretty damn accurate, I don't get a chance to check my notifications from the lock screen, so I just have the fingerprint scanner enabled and that's it. One for my thumb and one for my index finger for when it's laying on my desk so that my fat lazy ass doesn't have to actually pick it up. God, having to pick things up sucks. Okay, utilities. The only two features in here I use, which was enabled by default, is the pocket mode. I think everyone has that enabled on every phone ever. And then the smart boost feature, which as I understand it, uses some of the phone's RAM and converts a bit of it to ROM, which is where both the OS and apps are stored. So technically, by enabling it, apps and games should launch faster and run smoother. Personally, I haven't been able to tell the difference between enabled and disabled, but whatever. If it's like steroids for my phone, I'll take it. Right then, so we're done with my device settings. Now let's just finish things up with the home screen. So to start, I removed the Google search widget because I've got the home button long press set to launch Google Assistant. After that, I jumped into the home launcher settings and disabled add icon to home screen because if I wanted an ugly home screen, I'd just use a goddamn iPhone. I leave swipe down enabled because I've dropped the phone twice already while trying to reach and pull down the notifications. I disabled shelf because I personally find it useless when literally everything on that screen can be displayed on another home screen, and I don't like more than one home screen, but that's just me. I disabled double tap to lock because I already have the double tap home button set to turn off the screen. No real preference there. Under drawer, I have it set to all apps instead of quick search because I find the quick search settings to cause cancer, and cancer's no good. So notification dots, I hate them. They also cause cancer, so I disabled that right away. Icon pack, oh my god, I love OnePlus so much for giving us the option to use any icon pack we want without a third-party launcher. Like, do you guys know how rare that is? Anyways, I just picked the Pixel launcher icons because I haven't decided on an overall theme yet. And then home screen layout is just set to the default right now, I think. Wallpaper, bet you guys want to know the wallpaper I'm using, eh? Yeah, well, too bad. I'm trying to get more Instagram followers, so go follow me there, and I'll drop a post after this video on where to get it. So, ha! It's called leverage, baby. Anyways, I think that covers everything. If not, just drop me a comment and ask away. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes stuff and other fun shit like where I got my wallpapers and my bra size. Show me some love with that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week. But thanks as always for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Cheers.